Piana, Brodersplit's new construction number 468, left the port of Split shipyard in December 2011 in order to join the French fleet customer shipping company CMN. Piana is a ROPA, a ship for the carriage of passengers, freight vehicles, passenger cars, as well as dangerous cargo. It was designed to sail along the route from Marseille to Bastia on Corsica, but it can also operate on short international voyages as a passenger ship or on extended international voyages as a cargo ship. Construction of this sophisticated and technically demanding project was contracted in June 2008, when CMN decided to enhance its fleet with a ship of increased level of service and exceptional comfort. The length is 180 meters, beam is 30.5 meters, height is almost 16 meters. Dead weight is 11,300 tons. It is powered by 4 engines of total power of 38,400 kilowatts. The speed of 24 knots is reached on 32,640 kilowatts. It has 11 decks and a helideck. 4 decks are reserved for the reception of vehicles, where the line capacity is about 3,700 meters for 200 cars and 230 trucks. There are 200 cabins for accommodation of 750 passengers and 56 cabins for crew. Piana is the first in line of luxury ROPA models, built in accordance with the newly established SOLAS 2009 regulations that define the level of voyage safety, while the Bureau Veritas regulations and regulations of the French national authorities classify it as a ship with the highest level of safety and comfort. The ship also had to meet the French Commission Centrale de Sécurité safety standards. It is equipped with a water mist fire protection system, the so-called HIFOG. It is divided into 4 vertical safety zones equipped with security cameras for video surveillance. The surveillance takes place in the wheelhouse. In case of fire or other accidents, the passengers and crew may, in very short time, evacuate the ship. Evacuation is possible within 41 minutes. Ship stability in case of damages is exceptional. Any hull damage under the waterline up to the centerline of the ship theoretically cannot cause sinking. For this purpose, the doors in the machinery areas and main deck are all watertight. With the installed equipment and devices, the ship has reached high-level environmental protection, energy efficiency and saving. Engine room is divided into 4 compartments, compared to the 1 or 2 compartments requested by the earlier standard. One compartment contains 4 Wärtsilä 8L46 FM common rail engines. In the second are auxiliary engines. The third contains units for preparation, as well as for the separation of oil and fuel, the pumps and the ballast water treatment system. It is possible to process 300 cubic meters of ballast water per hour. Thermal oil boilers for heating of all ship's system are located in a separate compartment. Instead of steam, Piana uses thermal oil since it has more efficiency in transmitting the heat. It is also safer and it saves energy. Energy saving is reached also by the automatic control of engine. Guided by the principle of efficiency in energy consumption, the builders from Split achieved that Piana, for the same task, uses 20 to 30% less energy compared to earlier versions of ROPA. According to BV regulations, Piana got the certificate as a clean ship. It emits minimum of noxious substances. The ship has sophisticated autonomous waste management system that allows 7-day voyage without unloading waste. The ship also has a BV's DPS notation, meaning duplicated propulsion and steering system. If one pair of engines should fail, Piana can sail with 50% power and at speed higher than 15 knots. The hull is painted by ecologically accepted silicone paint. This reduces the presence of marine organisms on the hull and thus the water resistance of the underwater part of the ship. The final result is an increase of speed by 2 to 3 knots. Piana is customized solely for the route for which it is intended, infrastructures of the port Marseille and Bastia, and also to demanding water conditions of the sea in which it sails. In design and construction, the maneuverability is ensured. To cope with strong wind, which can blow up to 40 knots, Piana has propellers with controllable pitch, bow thrusters and high-performance rudders. Two side stabilizers provide her peaceful voyage also at speed of 21 knots and at sea state 5. Maneuverability at docking is increased due to two stern propellers with variable slope, whilst saving fuel. Propeller shafts are located outside the hull in the elastic stern tube. The ship also has a unique internal communication system with 77 antennas forming the intercom network, which includes all crew members. 35 meters wide wheelhouse is equipped with a complex electronic system, including electronic maps. There is a safety center for monitoring and remote control of all safety systems on board. Its organization provides great visibility and control from the bridge wing. On each wing in the floor, there is a glass skylight through which the space alongside the vessel can be seen, which is extremely important while docking. The interior of the ship is designed in a way that boarding of passengers and vehicles is carried out safely and quickly as possible. Two stern ramps lead into the car deck that has no walls or pillars. This makes boarding simpler, therefore it is easier to direct it, and it is also easier to maneuver within the parking spaces. The ship has a dedicated deck for cars with a ramp that is used exclusively for passenger cars. From it, passengers can directly access the passenger's compartment or reception on the 8th deck, to be more precise, by escalators or elevators. Cabins are on the 8th and 9th deck, while the public areas are partly on the 9th and 10th deck. Areas for passengers qualify Bureau Veritas 2008 with the highest degree of comfort class, which means that the noise and vibrations are reduced to the lowest level so far achieved for this particular type of ship. The interior design is the result of collaboration between French designers and architects of Brodosplit shipyard. Ship bears the name of one of Corsica's site, so Corsica is the basic theme which the designers were led by in the interior design. Areas for passengers are therefore in colours of Corsica's flowers, mountains and fruits. Each of the 256 cabins, out of which 56 are intended for members of the crew, is separately incorporated. Travellers can use 154 bed cabins and 50 double bed cabins. Each is equipped with advanced air system with precise temperature control, air volume and energy consumption. The level of cooling or heating is reduced when the cabin is not occupied. Keycard is used in all cabins, which automatically turns off the light when it is removed from its cartridge. All cabins are equipped with an internet connection by which the passengers are informed about ship and navigation, from weather conditions to some offers during the trip. Passenger facilities include two large bars, one a la carte and self-service restaurant that offer dishes prepared in a modern galley. There are also a cinema, a children's playroom and a sun deck. Passengers can use kennel spaces, specially equipped and air-conditioned areas for transporting pets. The ship is also designed for people with disabilities, meeting in that way the regulations of the French national flag. Public areas are wide and unobstructed. Labels are clear and are repeated throughout the ship. Information and instructions are in audio and video formats. There are also written by Braille signs. As for increased safety of passengers, all the furniture on board has rounded edges. By having Piana in its fleet, CMN now has a ship that makes sailing a less demanding task for the crew and that provides passengers with a calm, comfortable and enjoyable experience. However, for Brodosplit, Piana is an important reference in the construction of complex and highly demanding ships for the transport of passengers and vehicles, a reference that only few shipyards in the world have.